Hey guys, how's it going? It's Target here. Welcome back to another episode of the Tampa Bay Lightning Be a GM. Just won the Stanley Cup for the second year in a row. Now, I mentioned to you guys before that the Be a GM vote is open. That second round, the second of 3 rounds, are open until the April 17th. And then after that, we will get into the new Be a GM vote. After that point, likely it'll be a week from that point. So we're looking about April 24th by the time we're done the vote. And then I'll get on those videos as soon as I can. Anyway, for this episode, we're going to be in the off season, including the draft. So probably just the draft and re-sign phase. This will likely be our last year. So we want to go out with a bang. We want to win that Stanley Cup. I was hoping to make the 10th year our last year, but because I was away on vacation, I couldn't actually facilitate doing the vote. So it's a little bit later, and we're actually going to be doing 11 seasons instead of 10. But we've got another Stanley Cup under our belt for that, and we still have some elite options, including elite goaltending. We traded away our Maisonneuve to Los Angeles in exchange for John Gibson. Remember, we exchanged John Gibson for Jonathan Quick back in the day. He was our trade-up because we were tired of waiting. Tampa Bay Lightning won the Stanley Cup. We knew that. Let's take a look at awards for our players. Jonathan Quick won the Hart. I can see that right off the bat. I don't know who won the Art Ross. Actually, it would have been Jonathan Drouin that won it as well. Okay, stop the sim, please. Yeah, Drouin won the Art Ross. He won the Hart. Stat Central, look at awards. All right, so skip by Stanley Cup President's Trophy with San Jose. We knew that. So Prince of Wales for 2 years in a row for us. Jonathan Drouin won the Art Ross. He won the Hart. Nick Leddy won the James Norris. Jonathan Drouin won the Lady Byng as well. Tommy Tuola won the Calder. John Gibson won the Conn Smythe. Antti Niemi won the Vezina. William M. Jennings was also Niemi. Derek Forbert won the Bill Masterton for the 3rd consecutive year. My goodness. Jonathan Toews with the Selke. Niemi with the Lindsay. Richard was Drouin. Finally dethrones Dauphin with that one. And that is it for the awards. All right, guys. So this year, it's going to be another draft. Do we need another player in the top prospects? I'm going to get out a piece of paper just in case. A piece of digital paper, I should say. It's just a blank piece of paper that I type in usually. All right, let me just set that there. Today is the prospects game. Would you like to play this game? No, we're just going to sim by. So these are the 3 guys that he wants us to take. So Jared Langenbrunner. Actually, I just grab photos usually, don't I? Yeah, I'm just going to grab a photo then. Let's take a photo of that. There we go. Got the photo. Lots of defensemen, 1 left wing and 1 goalie. And then we'll take a look at the prospects game. See who's worth getting. All right, so first off, let's see game by team. Boston lost a ton. Theo Peckham, Dave Bolin, Joffrey Lupul, Desharnais, Cassian. Tons of guys here. And then Dubinsky's another big one there. 1,200 games played. TJ Oshie's gone. Brent Seabrook's gone. Yoni Pitkinen. Who else is big? LA lost Jeff Carter, Yuri Hoodler, and Ryan Suter. Any other big names there? Travis Zajak's gone. Dan Girardi. McCulloch. Mazzaros. We didn't lose anybody, I don't think. Probably not. Oh, we did lose Kuparinen, who didn't play a single one. Rick Nash retired, though. 1,500 games played. Drew Stafford. Alex Ovechkin's gone. 1,400 games played for him. So that means that... did Pittsburgh lose? No. So Crosby's still playing. But don't expect Crosby to be around too much longer. I mean, Ovechkin just retired at 37. He was pretty young still. Trading block, we're going to do the best for a trading block. Okay, good enough. Now, we're going to take a look at our top picks here. So let's go to GM options. We're going to pop down to scouting. And we're going to go to scouting report. We're going to find out who the top players are. So there are a couple people. Phil Godfrey, he's 19 years old. He's a sniper. We've also got Paul O'Dell, left-wing sniper from Rest of World. He's from China. Paul O'Dell. Interesting. He's the guy that they were telling us to look out for, I believe. Jared Langenbrunner, that's another one, a defenseman, top 5 considered. And then Tolpeko, Vitaly Tolpeko, a grinder. This guy is interesting. Okay, Vitaly Tolpeko. So we're going to have to look at these guys, too. I'm actually going to take a photo of these top players. Take a photo of this, and we'll see if we can't track them down. There. Oh. There we go. Wasn't taking the photo for some reason. Okay. So, let's back out. We're going to go to the prospects game. And we're going to take a look at... I need my phone now. So, that enforce... Oh, no. That guy is in there. Alt Scheller, I believe. I believe he is in the top group, but I just took a photo of. Let me just see your photos. Sorry, guys, it's taking a little bit. Okay, so let's start with the guys that they recommended to us. So there's Jared Langenbrunner. So we'll scroll down. We'll see if we can find him. Langenbrunner, there he is. He's a 72 overall defensive defenseman. Can't find anything out more than that. Gene Miller, we'll see if he's here. Gene Miller, here he is. He's a defensive defenseman, 71 overall. Chris Montador, here he is, 68 overall offensive defenseman. Pete Mason. Oh, was he here? Let's see if he was here. I don't remember. Pete Mason, 66 overall power forward. So that was the guy they were talking about, not the other one. That was Miller. And then Tom Iserman is a goalie. Iserman, 53 overall, so not what we're after. Now, if I look at the top picks, Godfrey. I don't remember what he was. No. Oh, he was, there he is, Paul Godfrey, 74 overall sniper. Now the Odell is from China, so he won't be in there. Tolpeko, he was that grinder. Is he up in here? Torres was up there, 72 overall two-way forward. Tolpeko, I don't remember if he was from North America. I guess not. Gillies, is Gillies in here? Not there. Gillies is here, 55 overall. There's a couple. There's nothing that intriguing. I think Godfrey and possibly Odell are the two big ones here. Now, we do have New Jersey's pick. So, let's jump into the draft. Actually, let's take a look at our phone, our trading block. Let's see what we have. What do we have? Oh. Players on the block. Let's take a look here. We currently have... Sorry, it's just Chicago's and our pick for the top round. We've got so many picks available here. So they are on the draft, the block right now. So I'm not going to change anything. We might be able to get a player of interest. So we'll see what goes on here with those picks. So we're picking 19 and 30. We'd ideally like to pick 1 through 3, 4, or 5. So maybe we can make a trade to get in there. Hold on. I'm just going to write down the top 2 teams. Detroit, Rangers, Dallas, St. Louis, Minnesota, and Van. We'll say the top 6 is where we'd like to be. So let's see if we can't make a trade with any of those guys. First off, New York is calling, and they want to get rid of Steve Mason for these 2 picks here. Steve Mason. No, I don't really want Steve Mason. Would you be willing to get rid of your first? No. So I'm going to say no to that. Thank you very much. Proposed trade. So let's take a look at New York. Yeah, had second pick. Let's take a look at Detroit. Do they want to get rid of that pick? No, they don't want to get rid of it. We know the Rangers don't. Dallas, they do want to get rid of their pick. Now, what would they want? They don't want our picks in return. That's the problem. So let's see here. Marlowe, they would want Ekblad, but I don't want Ekblad. See, there's nobody there that I could guarantee would be good, so I'm not going to make that trade. One thing that I will trade, guys, is... Hold on, proposed trade. I would make a trade for my picks. I would trade my picks away, like this one. We could probably get a decent player. Buffalo wants him. Now, what do they want to get rid of? Who's got potential here? Players with potential are ones that I'm after. Tulola, that's the guy that won the Rookie of the Year, I believe, right? Tulola, 83 overall center with 77 faceoffs as a playmaker. He's got great passing, 96. Offensive awareness is 88. He's a good playmaker right there, Tulola. Nobody there. Calgary. Anybody with potential? They got one, Harding. He's 86 overall, two-way forward. Great defensive player. Great defensive player. What's his cap hit like? 5.6. That's too expensive to put on the third line. So no to Harding. Carolina would take it. They don't really have anybody. Wedderburn is the only player with potential, and he's from... This is that guy, Wedderburn. He's that guy from Korea. Or not Korea. Whose flag is it? That's Korea, yeah. North Korea's flag. So I don't know how that's working out. Anyway, 4 stars. He's not a bad player, but not what we'd dish a pick for. Chicago wants it. They don't have anybody. They're out of prospects. They're going to need a draft here. Detroit. Now, Detroit might have somebody. They've got Corbin. What's Corbin like now? 80. Wow, what a slow growth for him. Good thing we didn't pick him up. He's only 81 overall. I don't believe that. That's nuts. He should be 79, or at least 89. He was 79 last year, and he's only gone up 2 overall. Might be a dud. Edmonton doesn't want him. Minnesota will, but they can't get much worse with them. They got Yakupov here. What's Yakupov's overall still? 85, so he dropped in overall. Poor Yak. Poor Yakupov. And Darnell Nurse, what's he at now? 86, so he dropped in overall too. So I think it was good for us to get rid of them when we did. Potential players, nobody. Nashville, any potential players? Not really. New Jersey, we've got all the potential players. That's the thing. Nobody there. Oh, not New York. New York Rangers. Anybody with potential? They got one player, Ollie. Who's this Ollie guy? Daryl Ollie, a power forward, 81 overall. He's a good player. Good body checking, 92 body checking, decent defensive awareness. What's his trade value like? Yeah, we'd have to give up 2 picks to get him, that's for sure. And that would affect our cap hit. Well, not really. I'd have to give up 2 picks to get him. But that would likely go through. 2 firsts for Ollie. That would be a good trade. We'd pick up a 4.5-star player, but he'd be playing now. You know, that's the thing. Do we want that guy to play now? Let me take a look at our current right wing situation. We've only got that one guy, right? Adam Ernie. He's 81 overall, 2-way forward. He's got 90 defensive awareness. He's a much better defensive player. Offensively, though, you have to give the hat to, you have to tip your hat to Ollie here. Let's take a look around. Let's see what else there might be. Let's take the 30th off there. Okay, let's see what else there might be. Phoenix. Potential players. Nope, nobody there. Nobody in Pittsburgh doesn't want it. Vancouver. Woods. Washington. Can't get much worse. Nobody. And then Winnipeg doesn't want it. So our only option would be that trade with... I would make that trade if they're willing to take it. Who the hell was it? Was it Rangers? Yeah, Ollie. I'd be willing to make this trade if they want that pick. Otherwise, I'm not going to extend myself any more than that for a guy that I don't really need that much. It's just about getting value for my picks. All right, let's see. If they take this, I'll get it through. If not, I'm just going to go through to the draft. No, it won't go through. Okay, fair enough. That's fine. We'll just pick our players then. So Godfrey, Langenbrunner, Odell. I'm going to take a photo of this one too so I know where they all went. There you go. So Godfrey goes to Detroit. Now, who can we get? Now, I got to pull up my list again here. Probably not anybody from the list. All right, so there was Langenbrunner, Miller, Monador, Mason. So let's take a look at left wingers. Is Mason still there? Okay, we'll go this way. I guess it's a little bit back-assward. No, Mason's gone. Can I go back to see? Let's see who's gone from our list. So Langenbrunner's gone. Mason. Apparently Mason's still there. I don't know how I'm missing him. I'll take a look. I thought he was a left wing. Pete Mason. We'll look for him again. He should still be in the list. Okay. Tom Iserman. He's still there. Gene Miller. Gene Miller was taken. So, but Mason should be there. Is Monador still there? Monador is still there. So we'll look at Monador and we'll look at Mason. I want to know why he's not popping up. Okay, let's go this way, I guess. I don't know what's going on with it. Mason. There he is, Pete Mason. He's got a first/second round. So we could... He's an power forward. Now, what about our other guy, Monador? Let's go down here. Let's see if we can find Monador. What do they got him rated as? Monador. There you are. First/second rounder. You know what? I'm going to go with Mason because he is a power forward. He's somebody we don't have yet. So I'm going to take Mason and then I'll take Monador. We'll see how we go with that. So Mason. This is the order they gave it to me in anyway. Well, actually it was Monador first. Iserman was taken, so we're going to take a look at... We're going to get Monador then. Where is he? There he is, Kyle. There he is, Monador. The offensive defenseman too. Grinder. Jeremy Molson, though. 4 green stars, apparently. Do I ignore? You know what? I'm going to go with my scouting. They didn't say anything about the grinder, so we're going to take him. All right. So I'm going to continue this. I'm going to see if there's any trades here, and then I'm going to auto-draft. I'll do one more round, because I don't see anybody coming up. Interesting. Fukufuji from Kelowna, BC. Defensive defenseman. We got a playmaker there. Sniper here, Stefan Svedberg. Let's pick up a right wing. All right, so now I'm going to just auto-draft the rest. We'll see how it goes, and we'll get in. I want to find out exactly how good all these players are. So shut that down. Auto-draft, yes. The one player I am really interested in is that grinder. I love big grinders. What was it? Miller? Gilly? Who the hell was it now? The grinder was Gillies, I want to say. I'll have to take a look at my list because I remember it from the list. Hold on. Was it Topeko? I think it was Topeko. Was he? Yeah, he was taken by New Jersey. So we'll take a look at that. All right, so the draft is done. We picked up 2 of our players that were suggested to us, which is good. Sometimes it works out. Most of the time it doesn't. But and that one grinder was taken in the second round, probably by Detroit then. Okay, we got Connor McDavid. You have 2 contracts that are about to become restricted free agents, including Connor McDavid. So we're going to have to re-sign him. That's going to be a big cap hit. All right, so let's take a look. Actually, let's take a look first. All skaters. Let's pop on over to see where they were drafted. So Godfrey was Detroit, so let's go over to Detroit and let's see how good Godfrey is, all right? He's that sniper. So Godfrey. 4.5 yellow star sniper. Phil Godfrey. Good pickup for Detroit on that one. Langenbrunner was drafted by the New York Rangers. So we'll see what's going on there. Langenbrunner, 4 yellow stars. Good pickup for them. Odell was Dallas. I should have checked them before I popped over. Dallas was Odell. Odell, 4 yellow star sniper for Paul Odell. Then we'll check Tolpeko, and he's in New Jersey. Let's see what it is. He's the grinder. So let's see if we get something good on him. Tolpeko, 3.5 star grinder. All right, so he's not that great. All right, so we'll head over back to ours. Let's get some re-signing done here, or at least take a look at what our cap hit's going to be like. So we'll take a look at centers first off. Overall, we'll sort by. So McDavid's going to need to be re-signed. Scheifele's good. Pettit needs to be re-signed. Kronwall is 81 overall. He could actually play and be our third-line center because he's got good faceoffs, doesn't he? 80 faceoffs. He's actually a really good faceoff guy. He could end up playing really well. What's his... Oh, Pettit's defensive awareness is 91. What is Kronwall's? 77. So big difference on the defensive side. He's much more offensively gifted. Pettit, yeah, 81. Braden Point is an 80 overall now, so he's jumped up there. He could take the spot of Greg Chase. 85 defensive awareness is not bad either. It's not great. Greg Chase has 92, so we might be able to move one of these guys, a couple of those guys, to get a good defensive fourth liner. Left wingers, we don't need to re-sign anybody, actually. Oh, Cashman. Sorry, Cashman needs to be signed. And King, if we want. We could just go with Kip Page, who's progressed quite nicely now. 85 defensive awareness, 78 overall. He brings a punch of speed to that fourth line. Nothing else there. Right wingers, Adam Ernie needs to be re-signed. I think he's definitely somebody in the running with that defensive awareness, playing that defensive role. Adam Ernie continues to play solid. And then we've got like a couple of depth players like Skeever, Brassard. Some of these guys could be released or re-signed depending on how we feel. Defense, the only one we need to re-sign is Justin Schultz. We also have a couple people stepping in here. Preston Sutton dropped 2 overall. We've also got this Mika Karanen, 78 overall, 3 stars. All right, I suppose. I'd tender him a qualifying offer based on that. Antropov, 77 overall. Where's our guy we drafted? Monador, 3.5 red stars. Okay, nothing to get excited about, but not bad. Oh, that left winger. Where is he? Mason, 3.5 red stars as well, a power forward. Nothing to get excited for over. Goalies, Gibson's still 91 overall. We don't need to re-sign there. So basically, we only have really 2 players to re-sign. So let's take a look here. We'll sort by, overall. So we need to re-sign Connor McDavid. So I'm going to take a look at this really quickly. So let's give him a negotiate new contract. He wants $10 million, Connor McDavid. All right, so we need to keep that in mind. Oop, cancel. Pull up my calculator. Remember, I'm multiplying by 0.85. 0.85 to get it. Let's see, what's the cheapest? 5 years at 0.185. You know what? We're going to give him 5 years. Okay? 10.185 times 0.85 gives us 8.657, okay? 8.657 for Connor McDavid, all right? So he'd be locked down for 5 more years. We wouldn't have to worry about him. And then defense is our other one we need to re-sign. Justin Schultz, what does he want? He wants 6.5 for 3 years. Is that his cheapest? Yeah, really it is. 6.5, because we can get him for a little bit less, but 3 years is comfortable, because that'll put him at 35 years old. 6.5 6.505 times 0.85 gives us 5.530, okay? For Justin Schultz, okay? And we should be able to re-sign everybody. We got $24 million. Centers. Pettit. Who else do we have here? Point. Pettit, what does he want? He wants 2.85 for those 2 years. Is there anything cheaper for him? Yeah, but not much. So we'll offer him that. That's 2.425, sorry. 2.425. That's going to be Pettit. Okay, and then what would Point want as a fourth line center? $2 million for Braden Point? Oh my goodness. We'll see what we have space for left over at the end. Otherwise, I'll just get another player. Left wingers, Cashman. 2.6 for 2 years. Is that his cheapest? Yeah, pretty much. Okay, so 2.64 times 0.85. Whoops. That gives us 2.250. Or 245, sorry. 2.245 for Doug Cashman. Okay. Now, I don't know how much that puts us at. Oh, Dwight King we'd also need to resign. Because we'll have one. Dwight King, what does he want? He wants $2 million to play on the 4th line for 1 year? I don't think so. I think we could find a much cheaper option than Dwight King. Here, look at that. Kip Page. He's a much cheaper option. Yeah, I'm not going to re-sign Dwight King. Not at that price. You're too old. Ernie, what do you want, buddy? 2.835 for 3 years. 2 years. How about 2 years at 2.81? That gives us 2.390. Okay, so 2.390. Okay. That should sign everybody almost. Defense, Justin Schultz, we already looked at. Okay, so let me just add these up really quickly. So 8.657 plus 5.53 plus 2.425 plus 2.245. Well, that's confusing. Plus 2.39. 21.24. Yeah, we can re-sign all these players at their numbers, guys. So what I'm going to do when we come back is we're going to re-sign these guys because this episode's pretty much done. So we'll get into that when we come back. Don't forget to vote for Be a GM, guys. Time's running out. April 17th at midnight is the deadline. I'll leave it at that. Until next time, I'm Target Audience, and I'll catch you guys out on the ice.